after China's intervention and praise of the Chagos deal, should there be an inquiry into the deal? Well, funnily enough, the Tory party are asking for Keir Starmer to now apologise, because when the Chagos Island deal was done just last week, he gave the impression and actually said that China was not in favour of the deal, as if to say that, you know, we've negotiated this deal with Mauritius. We've done it on behalf of the Chagosians who live there, even though they don't want it. We've done it on behalf of America, who apparently don't understand the deal. And then we've done it on behalf of the military, who will have definitely a certainty of having the military base there for years and years and years to come. However, today, it turns out that China have actually said that they rather like the deal, and they've hailed the deal as a great success for them. So let's talk now to Jean-Francois, who's a British Chagosian, to find out what is actually going on. Because if China really, really wants this deal, then it can't be good for Britain, can it? Jean-Francois, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. I mean, this gives the lie, does it not, to what Keir Starmer told us. He said that China wasn't very happy with the deal and it wouldn't be good for them. But now the opposite seems to be true.
Let's put it this way. The first displacement of the Chagosian from their homeland in the 1960s, that was done under Labour government, which remained one of the most severe human rights violations in the 20th centuries. And this violation is still carried on today under the Labour government. So there's so many lies about this deal. And I read on somewhere that Russia has even approached Mauritius about the maritime. So this deal, it's a bad deal for the Chagosian. It's a bad deal for the security of the United Kingdom. It's a bad deal for the British economy, for the British public.
But it is a very good deal for China, as we said it would be, and it's probably quite a good deal, I suppose, for Mauritius. But I remember when we started talking about this a few months ago, Mauritius wasn't even that keen on taking control of the Chagos Islands, and everybody knew that the Chagosians, including your good self, didn't want to be sold on, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. And we know Mauritius was up for the financial gain, and it has shown during the negotiation they wanted more money, and the UK was giving them. And what we are saying to the government, they should ensure the Chagosian included into that discussion about the future of our island, and our human rights should be upheld in line with international law. And Chagosian keep being ignored by the Labour government.
It's shocking, really. And what's been the sort of immediate result, if any, of the deal being done? Has anything changed yet, or what do you fear is going to happen?
Well, we know this will be 21 days before they put it into Parliament, before Parliament. But we are going to carry on, explore any legal challenge. We did kind of pause the deal for about 10 hours last Wednesday. Unfortunately, the judge overturned the judgment. But we are still going to carry on lobbying and explore any legal challenge.
Yes. And I mean, in terms of how it will change life in Chagos, what will happen, do you think, once if it does go through and you aren't able to stop it? What will be the changes that you fear the most?
Well, both government, the UK Labour government and the Mauritian Labour government, they don't care about the Chagosian. And I was listening to the Mauritian radio where they said Mauritian has priority to go and work on Diego Garcia. But what about the Chagosian? This is the homeland. They don't care. They are planning on building hotels similar to the Maldives. They did the election campaign on that basis. But besides, the Vice Prime Minister Mauritius is, well, he's still saying the money they are receiving from United Kingdom, that's not enough.
But I mean, we're giving them a ludicrous amount of money. We seem to be, you know, we're giving them the islands and we're at the same time paying for them to take them away.
Correct. And I don't know, like, there's no word to explain. The Labour government saying, oh yeah, we have secured the base for 99 years. But what's going to happen after 99 years? Are we going to be sitting down in the same situation again? Is Mauritius going to come back and asking for more money?
And have you been given any guarantees as the people of the island, the people who grew up there and live there, any guarantees by this Labour government or not?
There's nothing at all. There's no plan. There's no clear plan. There's no guarantee. There were no communication from the Labour government until last week on Wednesday, when they were making the announcement of the treaty was going to sign. But unfortunately, I was not attending that meeting because I was in court for the hearing. But there's no guarantee for any Chagosian, and that's the reason you will see Chagosian fleeing Mauritius to come to the UK.
Yeah, but I mean, I know when some Chagosians came to the UK before, they didn't even have the same rights as illegal migrants, right?
No, correct, because we know the island has been under British protection since 1800.
Yeah.
And that's the only British overseas territory where there's no civilian was allowed on the island. And we were born on there, they had the British citizen by birth. And that's the reason we don't have the same situation like the illegal migrant.
Yeah.
But again, as a British subject, the government should have the responsibility to look after them. If they don't want to do that, send them back to the Chagos. And that's why we've been asking. We want to go back. And the government is not allowing us to go back on the island.
Yeah, the whole thing is a very messed up scenario. Jean-Francois Nellan, I wish you luck with the law suits that you're trying to bring against the government about selling off to China, basically, because China are that happy with it. They might as well have just sold the whole thing to China, selling it off to Mauritius, of course. China, a big player in that part of the Pacific, and obviously China now has welcomed the deal. So now the Tories are saying it's time that Keir Starmer apologised for saying that anybody who was against this deal was siding with hostile states, because that's what he made out. Unbelievable.